Right, hello. Some people, the sort of people who wear beige trousers and think golf is a sport, collect stamps, or spoons, or heaven forbid they go birdwatching. Me? I dream about cars, not just any old tin boxes on wheels that get you from your dreary house to your even drearier office. No, I'm talking about the proper stuff. The magnificent, earth-shatteringly brilliant machines that make you feel alive just by looking at them. These are the cars that posters are made of, the ones that cause you to stop, stare, and question all your life choices that didn't lead to you owning one. So what I've done today is compile a list. A definitive, absolutely correct list of the most unique, most fascinating, and, frankly, most desirable cars on the planet. These aren't just vehicles. They are rolling sculptures, engineering marvels, and declarations of intent. They're the kind of cars that don't just turn heads, they snap necks. We're going on a journey through a fantasy garage, a countdown of the dream machines that stand out so far from the crowd. The crowd needs a telescope to see them. Prepare yourselves, because what you're about to see is a collection of pure, unadulterated automotive perfection. These are the cars that occupy my thoughts, the ones that, if I had an infinitely large wallet and a ridiculously large garage, I would own in a heartbeat. From blistering speed to opulent luxury, this is my ultimate wish list. So buckle up, because this is going to be brilliant. Kicking things off, and I mean, is a car that doesn't so much break the laws of physics as it does write new ones, signs them, and then sets the old ones on fire. It is, of course, the Bugatti Chiron. Now you might think you know what fast is. You might have been in a quick Porsche or a shouty Ferrari and thought, yes, this is it. You are wrong. The Chiron operates on a completely different plane of existence. It's powered by an 8-litre, quad-turbocharged W16 engine. That's not an engine. It's a small, contained industrial revolution that produces 1,500 horsepower. 1,500. The result of this monumental power plant is a top speed that is, frankly, ludicrous. It's a number so high it seems purely theoretical, like something a mathematician would dream up after a particularly potent cheese dream. But it's not just about the outright speed. It's the way it gets there. The acceleration is so violent, so relentless. It feels like the planet is trying to escape from underneath you. You press the loud pedal, and the world simply blurs into a kaleidoscope of color and noise, a symphony of internal combustion and roaring wind that is both terrifying and utterly addictive. But here's the genius of it. It's not a stripped-out, bare-bones racing car. Oh no. The interior is a masterpiece of leather, polished aluminium, and carbon fiber. It's as luxurious as a 5-star hotel suite, and as comfortable. You could, if you were so inclined, cross an entire continent in a single day, arriving at your destination feeling as fresh as a daisy, albeit a slightly deaf one. It is the perfect, impossible combination of a hypercar and a grand tourer. It is, in a word, perfection. And that is why it's on my list. Now for something completely different. For years I've held a certain skepticism towards electric cars. They've always seemed a bit worthy, a bit smug, like a vegetarian at a barbecue. They lacked soul, they lacked drama, and most importantly, they lacked the glorious, life-affirming noise of a proper engine. But then, this thing came along, the Tesla Roadster. And I have to admit, it's forced me to reconsider. This isn't just an electric car. It's a statement. It's a vision of the future that has been delivered to the present, and it is devastatingly, annoyingly brilliant. Let's just talk about the numbers for a moment, because they are utterly bonkers. 0 to 60 in 1.9 seconds. 1.9. That isn't acceleration, that's teleportation. It's faster than falling off a cliff. It's so quick that by the time you've processed the fact that you've started moving, you're already breaking the speed limit in most countries. It achieves this with no drama, no screaming engine, just a silent, relentless surge of power that pins you to your seat with the force of a space launch. It's a deeply unsettling, yet undeniably thrilling experience. And then there's the way it looks. It's not just a car, it's a piece of science fiction sculpture. Sleek, minimalist, and impossibly low. It looks like it's just warped in from another galaxy. The removable glass roof means you can experience that ludicrous acceleration with the wind in your hair, which is probably the only way to hear your own screams of terror and delight. It promises a range of over 600 miles, which means you could drive from London to the Scottish Highlands without having to stop and plug it into a lamppost. It's a silent, beautiful, and terrifyingly fast glimpse of what's to come. And for that, it has earned a reluctant but definite place in my dream garage. Right, enough of this silent nonsense. Let's get back to proper cars. Cars with big, angry engines that shout at you. And nothing, I mean nothing, shouts quite as loudly or as beautifully as a Lamborghini. Specifically, the Lamborghini Aventador. This isn't just a car, it's an event. It's pure, unapologetic theatre on wheels. From the moment you see it, you know it means business. It's all sharp angles, aggressive vents, and a stance so wide and low it looks like it's trying to intimidate the tarmac into submission. It's a car designed by someone who was clearly told subtlety is for the weak. And at the heart of this magnificent beast is the engine. A naturally aspirated 6.5-litre V12. In an age of downsizing and turbocharging, a massive, free-breathing V12 is an endangered species, and this is one of the finest examples on the planet. When you press the start button, hidden under a red fighter jet-style flap, of course, it doesn't just start, it erupts. It barks into life with a ferocious roar that sends shivers down your spine and frightens small children and animals for miles around. It's a glorious, operatic, and wonderfully antisocial noise. Driving it is an experience that assaults all of your senses. The gear changes from the single-clutch gearbox are brutal, kicking you in the back with every shift. The steering is heavy, the ride is firm, and you can't see a thing out of the back. It is, by any logical measure, a deeply flawed and impractical machine. But who cares about logic when you have this much passion? The Aventador is a car you buy with your heart, not your head. It's a raw, visceral, and utterly intoxicating experience. It is the very definition of a supercar, and my garage would feel empty without one. And now, speed is one thing, noise is another. But sometimes what you really want is to be completely and utterly isolated from the outside world. You want to waft. And for wafting, there is only one name that matters, Rolls-Royce. And the king of the wafters, the undisputed heavyweight champion of luxury, is the Phantom. This isn't a car you drive, it's a car you arrive in. It's less of a vehicle and more of a mobile, stately home, a sanctuary of calm and tranquility in a chaotic world. It's enormous, imposing, and has more presence than a Roman emperor. Everything about the Phantom is designed for one purpose, to provide the most comfortable, serene, and luxurious experience possible. The ride quality is simply extraordinary. Rolls-Royce calls it the magic carpet ride, and that's not an exaggeration. It glides over bumps and potholes as if they simply don't exist, using a clever system of cameras to read the road ahead and prepare the suspension. The result is a feeling of complete detachment from the road surface. You don't drive it, you sail it. It is, without doubt, the most comfortable car in the world. Inside, it's less of a car cabin and more of a bespoke private club. The leather is sourced from bulls raised at high altitudes to avoid insect bites. The wood veneers are perfectly matched, and you can even have a custom art gallery installed in the dashboard. The Starlight headliner, with its thousands of tiny fiber optic lights, creates the illusion of a starry night sky. It's silent, it's exquisitely crafted, and it makes you feel like the most important person on the planet. For those days when you just want the world to go away, there is simply nothing better. Finally, we arrive at a car that represents a different kind of genius. A car that combines the raw, visceral thrill of a traditional supercar with the brain-bending complexity of modern technology. I am, of course, talking about the McLaren P1. This was one of the original holy trinity of hybrid hypercars, and it is a technical tour de force. It's a car that proves that being clever and being exciting are not mutually exclusive. It looks like it was sculpted by the wind, a symphony of flowing lines, gaping air intakes, and a gigantic rear wing that moves about to keep it glued to the road. The powertrain is where things get really interesting. It has a twin-turbo V8 engine which is brilliant in its own right. But McLaren's boffins then added an electric motor. The result is over 900 horsepower and a wave of instantaneous torque that is simply mind-boggling. You can even drive it in pure electric mode, silently creeping through town like some sort of futuristic stealth bomber. But then, you press the I-Pass button on the steering wheel, which unleashes the full combined power of the engine and motor, and all hell breaks loose in the most magnificent way possible. The P1 is a car that demands your full attention. It's not as forgiving as the Bugatti or as theatrical as the Lamborghini. It's a precision instrument, a scalpel designed to dissect a racetrack with ruthless efficiency. The active aerodynamics, the hybrid power delivery, the sheer grip. It all comes together to create a driving experience that is both incredibly complex and deeply rewarding. It's a car that makes you feel like a better driver, even when you're just trying to keep up with its immense capabilities. It's a masterpiece of engineering, and a worthy conclusion to my ultimate dream garage. And there you have it. 5 cars, 5 completely different philosophies on what a car can be, but all of them united by one simple fact: they are all utterly, overwhelmingly desirable. From the brute force of the Bugatti to the silent speed of the Tesla, the raw passion of the Lamborghini, the supreme luxury of the Rolls-Royce, and the technical genius of the McLaren. That, for me, is the perfect garage. A car for every mood, for every occasion, assuming every occasion is a magnificent one. It's a collection of dreams, a wish list of automotive perfection. But that's just my list, my perfect and therefore correct list. However, I am willing to concede that other opinions, however wrong they may be, do exist. So now it's your turn. What would be in your dream garage? Which of these cars would you take home? Or is there something else entirely that gets your heart racing? A classic Ferrari? A rugged off-roader? Let me know in the comments below. I'll probably disagree with you, but I will read them. Thank you for joining me on this little journey through my automotive fantasies. It's been a pleasure. If you enjoyed this and want to see more of my brilliant opinions on a range of unique and fascinating topics, then do the sensible thing. Click that subscribe button, give the video a thumbs up, and ring the little bell so you don't miss what's next. Until then, goodbye.